The first thing you need to realize when diving into bigger projects is that it's relative. One project might be a huge investment for one company, but not that big of an investment for another company. While maybe a $10,000 price tag might seem like a lot of money, in some ways it's about how big of a problem is it that you're fixing. In one way, you could say that bigger problems require bigger solutions or more expensive solutions. If you're looking at it from the point of view of a problem, if a website has 0 leads and 0 sales, and your mission is to help them get through that with a website, then that's super valuable. This leads more into the value-based pricing side of design. While it's super hard to get into, but once you're in there and once you start doing value-based pricing projects, it's a lot more fun and a lot better because you can start charging so much more money and you can actually be a profitable business like that. If you're quite new to all this kind of stuff, I do cover all the different types of pricing in design in this video right here. So do make sure that you watch that one before this one and then come right back to this one to watch the final version of this one. And really quickly, if you're new here, my name is Arnau and I like to do videos about design that can help you become a better designer. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you see more videos just like this one. So the first thing we're going to cover here, and one of the most important things, is to stop selling websites. Now that might sound counterintuitive, but if you stop thinking about a website as a commodity or as a single thing, like I'm giving you this website or I'm giving you that website, then you can start charging a lot more money. The issue with selling something like a website is that it's super replaceable. Anyone can make a website, anyone can make a logo. If you start looking at it as a commodity, it's easily replaceable. And then it's super easy to undervalue your work. What you need to start doing instead is start selling solutions. Sell the fact that your websites help companies increase leads by 20% or increase conversions by X amount or whatever it is. Start selling tangible results. If you start working backwards with the results that you're getting, you can then make it a lot easier to justify the prices that you want to charge. If you start doing it that way, clients will start seeing why it makes sense to pay that much money as an investment to get a better done website by a professional that can guarantee them leads, sales, conversions, whatever it is, instead of just getting a website, which pretty much anyone can do. Let's be honest, it's just a template at this point. But if you start selling them the results and the reason why they're going to pay that much money, then it's so much easier to get them to pay that much money. And if not, it just seems like you're putting out there a random number, which can be super hard to justify for a client. Look at it from this point of view. In the beginning, Apple wasn't just selling an MP3 player, they were selling about 5,000 songs in your pocket. So that simple shift in value statements completely changed everything. Number two, if your process after getting a lead is just sending them a proposal straight away, then you're not really guaranteed the best results here. It's always a good idea to try to nurture that relationship with a client before you just slap a $10,000 price tag in their face. Now that doesn't really mean you need to go get a coffee with them in the city. I mean, it's better if you can, obviously, but the point is, why not spend a few hours with them on Zoom calls or on calls just to kind of get to know them better, just to kind of get to know their problems better, why they're doing this company, if it's a passion project, if it's a family business, whatever it is. If you really get to know the client and their struggles and who they are, then it's so much easier to sell to them. In some ways, it's making it harder for them to kind of push you away after you give them a price tag. Number three, I know this is going to sound like a silly one, but try to find better clients. Clients who are willing to pay thousands of dollars for a project are more focused on the actual problem that they want to solve rather than just fixating on the actual budget. Now, this doesn't mean that the problem is always quantifiable. Like, it doesn't mean that it's supposedly to get more leads or more conversions or more sales, whatever. Sometimes the problem is intangible. Like, for example, sometimes the problem is comfort navigating their website. Sometimes it's stylistic choices. Maybe they don't like how it looks. The point is that it's not always quantifiable. Now, do keep in mind that when you are trying to charge $10,000 for a website or something like that, you should be an expert in what you're trying to solve. That doesn't mean you need to be the best in the world, you need to have a lot of awards and all these things, but you should at least be able to have the company rely on your shoulders to fix whatever problem you're doing. So make sure that you are kind of being honest with them and that you can actually solve this problem. Also, another way to look at it is that in the long run, sometimes cheaper problems are more expensive. There's a famous quote that I love to go by, it's buy it right or buy it twice. So look at the reason why someone should hire you for $10,000. Are you a reliable person? Are you really good to work with? Are you friendly? Do you deliver things on time? Are you faster than the competition? Does your work have more likes? Do you have more subscribers? Whatever it is. What is that reason why a company should hire you for that $10,000 project instead of the next person? Because I'm sure there's a ton of people charging the same amount of money for the same solution. So try to get that unlucky advantage that you have in your skill set that other people might not. So do this for your first big project, whether that's a $5,000 project, a $1,000 project, 10,000, whatever it is, and then use that relationship that you've now nurtured and that you've now talked to the client for a long time and you've been friends with them, use that to kind of jump onto other projects. So ask them for a referral. Every time you ask for a referral, now the client will talk to the next client and say, hey, he did a really good job and he charged me this much. So now the next client that you have, you can charge that much or more. If you'd like to learn more about different ways to charge your clients, whether that's a day rate, hourly rate, and all of those, make sure that you watch this video to learn more about that. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.